game plan for today is to throw the dome that my ladies are going to sit in. So the idea is that I'm going to have a closed form that has cutouts, not like triangles, something more interesting, that they will sit in. Because this is kind of like a play on Russian dolls or nesting dolls. So I was gonna trim this lady today, but I think I'm just gonna give up on her. She's got too many issues, and I realized that if I really do need another backup, I could probably trim this one down to fit this, and she'd be little tiny thing. But I am very hopeful that one of these two will work. This is my favorite by far. So what I've got today is 3 balls of clay, which I'll hopefully have time to throw all 3. And I'm not sure how much I'm going to need for these ladies. So I've got like a 2.2, so like a kilo of clay, 3 pounds of clay, and like 2 1/3. And I think this is the kilo. The ladies are only thrown with a pound, so I'm really thinking a kilo is gonna be right, but we'll see, because they need to be, this thing needs to be tall enough from the base, the inside, to the top of the lady's head. And then width, it needs to be this wide. So these are my handy dandy calipers. It's a compass with a stick. Super accurate. And then for measuring the inside, the height, I've got a chopstick with a rubber band. So anyway, that's the plan for today. I was smart and I used my kettle so the water's warm. Oh, so much nicer. I should do this all the time. And this is new clay right off the block, so it's going to be super hard for me. And of course, I didn't spend any time wedging it, because wedging sucks. that. Dude, Dr. Pepper. I think that's what your name is. It's hard for me to see the screen. There's a glare. It's incredibly satisfying. You have no freaking idea. I mean, you may actually know. But I was saying the other day, I think I would, even if like I could never fire a piece, you know, and never end up with something final made, I think I still would work on the wheel. Next person, I can't read that language, I'm sorry. Dr. Pepper says he'd watch it all day. Wayback says hello, and Mike says, uh-huh. Like Pokemon? Is that what you mean, Mike? With the P word? Yeah. Pokemon. Chasing Pokemon is also very satisfying. Oh no! One more time. How fun is it making pottery? It's a lot of fun. You know, if you don't have like a sensory thing about mess, it's a really interesting thing to get into. And honestly, like working on the wheel is straight up hypnotic. I think it's the, if you could see from my angle, like looking straight down and seeing the clay spin with the wheel spin. Yeah. Definitely hypnotic. And there's like there's a challenge element to it. Can I do this? I don't know. It doesn't always... Like, I feel like you can not be creative and still make stuff on the wheel. Because the clay's going to do what's going to do. But of course, the better at it you get, the better you get at getting the clay to do what you want it to do. How long have I been making pottery? I have not been making pottery very long at all. I took a wheel class in like 2021, and then I didn't do anything for over a year, and then I got my wheel in September 2023, so 2 years actually. So maybe I took my wheel class in 2022. And what kind of pottery do I make? I just kind of like, this is my therapy. I do this to feel better. I do this to relax. I just make gifts for my friends and family and then make stuff for myself. Right now I'm making a statue for my mom. I've made all sorts of, I make a lot of flower pots. One of the favorite things I've recently made were some hanging pots that go on a fence that look like Deku Scrubs. And Deku Scrubs are a character from Majora's Mask, Zelda game, and they're in a few others too. I think they're also in Ocarina of Time. Okay, so yeah, this is wide enough. Decently thick foot. Do I plan the designs for the pots? Or paint designs for the pots? Yeah. If you look on my channel, you can see some of the stuff I've made. I like doing underglazing. I haven't really got into glazing itself. I find it a little intimidating because there's a lot to pottery, a lot. Everything, there's just a crap ton to learn. Everything can be different based on what you're working with. And so glazes are a whole thing that I was like, ugh. If I spent time learning these, I'm going to spend less time learning how to throw. And underglazes work more like paint. So, it's just not my best opening. So I tend to stick with underglazes, but every now and then I get sucked into the glazes at the studio. But if you see the Deku pots that I made, those are all underglazes, and then they also have a wash, a manganese wash over it. I don't really know how many subscribers. I think like 400 something. I started this channel as a way to keep track of my own progress. I'm a self-learner. And I knew when I started, because I didn't have access to a kiln, I wasn't going to be keeping any of the stuff that I was going to throw. So I figured if I record myself, I'll then kind of have this record of what I've done, you know, because one thing that happens a lot with me is I get imposter syndrome because I am a self-learner, and I tell myself I'm not as good as others because I taught myself. And so it was a way to go back and look at all the things that I did. And when I first started, I was just recording videos and uploading them. That took a lot of effort, and I don't have any interest in editing videos. Like, I'm not trying to make this a channel, like, I'm not trying to make this a thing. The pottery is my thing. And so somebody recommended I should just stream, because then I could get my videos up easier. So then I started streaming. And then every now and then people come by and say hi, and that's nice. But this isn't a thing. You know what I mean? I like to tell people my channel is not educational or entertaining.